Paid socials overtaken PPC. Big moves.
Biggest mistake we've done in the last 2 years was not think that social was as important as it was and turned it down.
The reality is a lot of people, they look at paid social in the wrong way, or they're using it in the wrong way.
If you're not a brand, how do they know about you? Test and learn in Meta for a lot cheaper.
Huge. Welcome to the Fake Marketer, everybody.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Fake Marketer. Welcome to be here.
Nick, how are you?
To be here. God Almighty.
You
Sorry.
okay?
Oh, it's just non-stop. My watch is going. My phone's going. Still, everyone's trying to get hold of me.
People at work?
Yeah, it's all. No one can make a decision.
Okay. Should they be able to make a decision?
No, I don't know. It's just
Okay.
new employees. You're trying to do everything.
Okay.
It's not good.
So how's your week been, Nick?
It's only been the start. It's been 5 hours. I've rushed to the toilet 4 times.
Okay.
That's what it is. What it is.
That's what you've got for me.
It is what it is.
Okay. Nice. Well, today we're going to be discussing paid socials overtaken PPC. Big moves. Big moves in the landscape.
Released by
a stat. It is legit. I don't know where that stat has come from, but it's been widely recorded. Widely recorded.
It's interesting actually, because I think from what I hear from some of our clients, just the way they're talking about us compared to their PPC, because we don't do the PPC, they actually have more focus on the social, though they can't get the answers they want from social.
More focus in terms of
they know that that's actually probably more important than the PPC
as in they know that's the bigger play.
Yeah, absolutely. They've all, well, one of them is a new client that's come on to ours, and they've got a big spend, and they said on Friday when I had a call with them, they said the biggest mistake we've done in the last 2 years was not think that social was as important as it was and turned it down. We dropped our revenue quite significantly and turned it back up again very, very quickly. And we've never looked at it the same way again. Which is true. If you're not a brand, how do they know about you?
No.
This is the thing. I think, and I had a call with someone who's that lighting company, that ceiling lights.
Yeah, Ethan.
He was all over PPC. He was like, I'm going to start. I was like, okay, well, let's just look at this another way. How competitive is it? Pretty competitive. So we're going, okay, let's go on Google and have a look. And bear in mind, I'm not a Google expert. I'm just putting some logic into this. If you've got 2 pages of that particular lighting company, and there's some pretty nice websites on there and some spend, already he's got to bid into that, hasn't he? He's got to get somewhere on that bid to even get into the top 3 sponsored on the first page. Well,
he's paying for that. The top 3 are obviously the sponsored ones.
Yeah, but that's where he's going to pay for.
Yeah.
And if he's not paying for it, we'll see you in 12 months when your SEO has got to the point of putting you into the top 3 organic. If it even gets there.
The problem is the cost per click, depending on what your market is or what your product or service is. The cost per click is huge.
So test and learn in Meta for a lot cheaper and get people to do it. And the thing is, I didn't even know about that sort of lighting system. So why would you Google hexagon lighting system for my garage unless you'd seen it somewhere? You wouldn't, would you?
No. But the reality is the a lot of people think they look at paid social in the wrong way, or they're using it in the wrong way. So like I've been doing for the last 2 hours, I have a presentation ready for tomorrow in Manchester.
Yeah.
FY, anyone listen to this, it's a bit of a blag what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to stand on stage and somehow blag to 100 people this presentation.
So have you changed it up a bit, have you? It's not your normal one that you do?
No, it's Jake's.
Oh, so you're doing Jake's, you're not even doing a Rupert
No, because
one?
I can't, because they can't change it again. So I've got to do that
right.
talk.
Oh, so you can't do it on Rupert because of where the Rupert's sitting right now?
Well, yeah, and the fact that Ash doesn't want me to change the talk because he's marketed it as that again. He said I can't do it again twice in a row.
Yeah.
So I've made it look good for the last 2 hours, and then between now and 10 a.m. tomorrow, as well as the half a day emails I've got to catch up on, I've got to somehow figure out this 25-minute presentation.
Yeah, you'll sort it.
Yeah, but I have to. But what's interesting with that is is how people are thinking about it. So an example of this is, so yesterday afternoon, I was scrolling through TikTok while Rudy was having a nap and Quinn was in her playroom. And something came up about buying it was like a TikTok shop, Amazon type shop ad. And it was a picture frame where the dot hole's already made in it and a picture of a vase at the bottom. And you take your daughter or your son or whoever out and you put your plants, your flowers through these holes.
And then they grow out the sides of it.
Well, no, it looks like a vase, doesn't it? Because it's just a picture of a vase and you're just clicking some flowers and putting them through the holes, the stems through the holes. So it looks really cool. So I was like, that's a really good idea. I was like, actually, I could just make my own. So I just got the green company that we deal with. So we'll just finish one of their boxes, which was lovely. Drew a vase in there with a knife, put a load of holes in, took Quinn out for 2 hours picking flowers and putting them through the holes to the stems.
And then she's got a little thing at the end of it.
But how amazing that is. I've done that through.
It's lucky it's not bluebell season.
You can't see it through there, but like...
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah.
That's not a full... But yeah, like really, really good.
Yeah.
That's social.
Yeah.
Like to an absolute degree.
Yeah, it is.
They've influenced me, and I'll probably at some point I'll probably buy an actual one. Not today, not this second, but it's influenced me and it's educated me enough to go, I've literally made that off the back of an ad.
But that comes from also the content of the ad, doesn't it?
Correct.
That's the thing, and that's where we're trying to, with a few of our clients, some of them are really open to it, some of them are just so brand heavy that they can't have the freedom. But even those ones, we're getting them more educated and they're starting to give us a bit more freedom.
Well, look at Enterprise Card Club.
Well, yeah, that was one of them. And now they're, I had a call with their creative director on Thursday or Friday.
Good guy.
It seems to be Thursday or Friday. I can't remember.
Good guy.
Yeah, really good guy.
Yeah.
But he just wanted to understand it. I said, it's just not like... I said, the problem is you're in your team, not pointing directly at him, but, as a whole, go, here's our video that we want to use for the next campaign. You've done no testing on it. You've done nothing on it. You're just going off the old-fashioned above the line of video goes out, play it on the channels. But then you're asking us why we're not getting any members. So we have to put all the social aspects in it. And it was just explained to him how, he's like, why do you need 20 iterations of an ad? And it's like, well, only 2 of them might work. And if you only gave us one and it was one that didn't work, you've got an email, a social campaign that's not doing very well.
But how amazing is it if you think of that from a TV ad, like let's say the Christmas ads that we speak about every year? We've seen some failures there, haven't they? They're not able to do those 20 iterations. They're not able to test and learn. We've got one opportunity.
Oh, and can you imagine being our job's easier, isn't it? Like,
I'd like their budgets.
Yeah, but like we're just like, we'll take, like I said it to the competition company today. They're like, we've done these 10 videos, which we're going to finish off. Those 10 videos might not work, but one of each of the iterations will.
Yeah.
So it's like you spent all your money on that, but we had to do that to actually end up with a video. But we had it today. What can you give us some advice? What you think will work? Well, first 2 seconds, make it engaging, get someone to actually stop the scroll, pay attention to it. Apart from that, we've just got to test and learn. Like how many iterations or videos do you want us to send? As many as you can send.
But going back to PPC,
really?
That's why PPC is so expensive, even at the test and learn phase, because yes, you can bid on terms that aren't as expensive, and yes, some can work. But the reality is, if you're selling vehicle tracking for fleets is going to work. Fleet tracking, these are highly bidded terms. They're expensive.
Yeah.
You can't test and learn. Well, you can, but you're going to sift through some dough very quickly. Whereas using paid social, not only are you testing and learning, but you're still getting incredible reach.
But you also don't have the freedom. You don't have the freedom of what the
character size
search engine.
Yeah.
It's based on a character size imagery. Unless you're doing a shopping ad, it's you're very text based. Whereas for that vehicle tracking company, we've managed to now get that freedom. And bear in mind, these are 2-year conversations to get a brand to go, okay, let's try what you're saying. And they're using they're using this pretty cool creative company for it, and it's cool. Like some of the stuff is actually going to be the stuff we've been banging on about for the last year and a half.
Who's that for? Cortex?
Cortex, yeah. So it'll be good, and it'll be done right, and it should be done from what we've seen. It'll be like properly.
That's really good.
Properly done.
When are those videos coming over?
6 weeks.
Okay.
It's got to be briefed. Well, the annoying thing is the first one has to be done in. They want it done in 16 different languages.
Oh wow!
And this isn't done by Google Translate, is it? This is done by
it'll be
proper translators making it right. So it's a bit of a lengthy process. But if it works, it means we can just roll out, and then she'll just keep upping her spends. And,
that's good.
So it works for us.
Yeah, no, perfect.
And it was kind of a decision made on, okay, who leads with this? And it was like, there's someone there who can do it, and we can help.
Yeah, I like that.
And then get a very happy client.
Yeah, I like that.
Use our strengths rather than bring in a little bit of weakness.
Yeah. Do you want a Rupert update?
Yeah, so a Rupert update.
So, Rupert update. So what's the date today?
24th.
So we're nearly in July. Which I laughed, didn't I?
What was the date of the launch?
April the 2nd.
And we had our party on
I know we had the party before that, didn't we? But the
March
date,
or something,
the
wasn't
date
it?
was supposed to be April the 2nd because April the 1st would make it sound like April Fools.
Yeah. So Rupert update is Meta have obviously approved now, so they're with Meta, so no issues with Facebook anymore. So Mark, you can go back on your yacht. The issues we're now facing is around the sentiment and the actual bugs itself. So something that I was unaware of to the degree that's happened is how many bugs there are when you create a tech product. Yeah. So every time you fix a bug, you have to then start the test process from day dot. So go through every single iteration.
So if there's 53 test processes, bug gets fixed, go through 53 again.
Yeah.
And make sure it hasn't affected any of them. Yeah. So you went through and got a clean sweep.
Yeah. The only one that's waiting for is there's one now which is around the actual system now is ready to go. So all the bugs have been fixed, all the sentiment has been correct. The sentiment we were having an issue with because the emojis were bringing a lot of emoji sentiment is around toxic. The toxicity score is quite high, so we've removed those apart from the odd emoji, which we all know which they are.
Aubergine.
I think it's an eggplant, isn't it?
An eggplant. Well, that's American.
Eggplant is,
that's what it is. The Americans call it an eggplant.
Okay, sorry. Thesauruses over there.
Actually.
Excuse me. So that's fine. So that's been sorted now, and the only issue we're having now is when someone cancels a subscription and then resubscribes, it's not pulling the data back in. So we're still storing the data until they resubscribe.
Yeah.
So when they resubscribe, they can obviously all the comments they've missed will be pulled straight back in because that was a bug, and also we can use that data for transactional emails in the future. So for example, if let's say they stop on Monday and then Friday comes, and in that 5-day period they've had 40 comments of which 10 should have been quarantined, we can do a transactional email saying, hey Joe Blogs, you've missed 10 comments this week that should have been transactioned. My recommendation would be to start your subscription again.
Prompts. Prompts to bring them back in.
Yeah, so that's the plan. They won't be going from day one, but at least the infrastructure around it will be in place. So to your point last week, going, are you being a bit OCD? No, it's just if this isn't set up now, it'll skew everything in the future. So we're nearly there. The system's actually ready. It's ready to debug again. So the system is ready for me to go through and then start doing my last checks. Once that's done, we're then ready to go live, essentially.
I think it'll be this week.
Should be today. If I wasn't as busy today,
you would have gone.
I'd have bugged a bit, but I don't know when I'm going to have because I've got.
Yeah. Drive to Manchester.
Yeah.
What car are you getting?
I've got a higher one here.
Your Enterprise Car Club?
No. We got scammed today.
By
this. So I was trying to do a cheap deal, right? Because if you do it from Leamington, it's going to cost like 400 quid for 5 days. I need it till Friday because I'm down in Epsom. So I went online, 180 quid from Birmingham Airport. So it's 10 quid on the train. Perfect. Pick it up at like 1 o'clock. So get the train over.
It wasn't Birmingham Airport, was it?
Well, they picked me up then. I'm like, so they go around. It's 5-minute drive, so it's fine. Yeah. It wasn't an issue. So I knew before this that my driving license expired in December.
Oh no.
So
they looked at your license when it's expired.
well, there was that. So I went, oh, you get 6 months lag, 'cause they believe me on that one.
As if you told them as well.
Yeah. Have you got a proof of address? Weirdly, I had a letter from the bank in the thing, which was great, in the bag, so that was cool. Passport, fine. Take a deposit. I said, well, I've already done that online. Oh no, you need to do it here. I said, no, it's online. I've done it. Here's the thing. Oh no, that's another insurance.
No, it's not, is it?
What do you mean? Well, no, we need to take a deposit of. We need to put basically like £1,500 holding pen for the car. I'm like, well,
in case damages and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't got my car. I haven't got my card on me because I've done it online last night. You've had all the documentation. Well, okay. Well, if you don't have it, you can have this one instead. 150 quid extra. What if I don't have it? Can't have you.
Oh, what?
So I had to do it.
Jeez.
So I was unimpressed. Unimpressed.
Are you going to join Enterprise Car Club? Get your free membership.
Yeah, I could do.
And then you just go down there, and it's free petrol.
Yeah.
Free
For this one,
petrol,
because it was 5 days, wasn't sure.
But perfect for you now.
I don't have a car.
You could just literally scoot down to Enterprise, down the super.
Got me scooter upstairs.
On your super, stick it in, and you just literally unlock it.
I felt like a proper man this weekend. Done a lot of like manly things.
Have you?
Yeah. I fixed my wheel on my scooter.
I actually did it yourself.
DIY.
Good. That's pretty good.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
And do you know what else I did this weekend? We're meandering a little bit now, and Paul Haynes is really happy with the meandering. So, Paul, just for you. I refereed a girls' football tournament on Saturday.
Did you?
For 12 hours.
Really? What age group?
Under 10s, and then the afternoons was under 13s.
Huh.
Were they giving you grief?
Were they any good?
The under 10s were brilliant.
Were they?
Did
you prefer doing that to when you did your boys' young coaching?
No, the coaching's fantastic. The young lads, yeah, brilliant. But no, I was on,
Yeah.
foul.
The refs get abused and like.
I had to tell. So the first game, one parent or someone had said, unless it was a linesman, you couldn't see it. So I just went defending. Yeah, just the way you do it. Stop the game. Do you want a ref, mate? Oh, the crowd loved it. I said, just an FYI, so there's some really young refs here today. I got called at 8 AM as a favour of my sister-in-law doing this. Don't give him grief. Otherwise, we'll all just stop it, and everyone can then abuse you. And he was like, okay. Well, everyone was like, fair play.
That's how you should do it.
Yeah, so they all kept quiet. But no, the younger girls were better technically than the older ones.
Yeah.
Really good. I was impressed. Yeah.
We have a Let's Run social football team.
No, we couldn't. I wouldn't play. I wouldn't play with any of you.
There's no one in there. There's no one.
Us. I mean, we could run the team, and then we could get players. You know what I mean?
No.
Just to throw.
Zero interest.
No. Nick could be like, water boy or something.
No interest.
No.
Physio.
Yeah, physio. So sorry, back on the paid social and PPC.
Yeah. So, I just think the problem is with clients is that it's hard to attribute, and this is the thing. But the clients that we've got,
it's easier with PPC.
No, that's where, but it all goes to PPC because PPC is essentially bottom of funnel.
Yes.
So it takes the attribution.
But if you look at the numbers, so 99% of your market aren't in market at the time, yeah. Mm-hmm. So only 1% of your market is in only 1% of your audience is in market at the time. One time. 84% of people already have a brand affinity with a brand.
Yeah.
Which means actually you're only going after the 0.14 if you're using PPC. And again, my talk tomorrow is around actually why are you not looking at all the pie, all the 100% to create content that's going to educate and influence that 100%, not just the 0.14. Yeah.
So Google's just going for low-hanging fruit, whereas you like your little thing, you're not in the market to buy that now. You didn't know it existed, but you will at some point go, oh yeah, I need that.
Amazing.
Yeah, like the onion cutter that I still haven't bought yet.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I used it yesterday actually. For tea, took me.
I saw an ad the other day for this new thing called an air fryer.
Oh.
Pretty new.
I still haven't got an oven, by the way.
I know.
Fries with air.
I saw a great thing, little comedy sketch on TikTok the other day, and the comedian was like, he said, yeah, I got someone asked me about Air fryers. Do you have an air fryer? I said, no, I've got a personality.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Great. It's true.
You've got to stop sniffing.
See what I mean? You don't even know you're doing it.
Yeah, you like upstairs. Honestly, you were sniffing for probably about a minute.
Sorry.
We're going to give you a yellow card every time you do it.
Yeah,
and you'll have a pack by
So
the end
stop
of the day.
What were we saying? Sorry, the sniff got me.
Sniff got you. Yeah, so it's just, it's the fact that you don't know. Oh, I didn't get the onion cutter yet, but I know it's there. So it's interruption marketing, and it's putting things in front of you at the right time that you're going to be interested in it.
Something else I'll speak about actually tomorrow. What I will be speaking about tomorrow is how learning phase, getting out of the learning phase, and how actually Facebook, especially in those early stages, only give you so much information and data back.
Yeah. Well, you get information back, but it's not trusted because you're still in the learning phase.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I'm putting this stat out the air. There's got to be 80% of people who are advertising on Facebook are in the learning phase at all times.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well,
can afford to.
They just don't realise.
Well, they do realise they can't afford to get out of learning phase.
Do you think they know what learning phase is? Because that's the other nice thing with PPC. If we were going to do a bit of a comparison, you're in the auction. Like your cost per click is going to be playing footsie. It's £8 a click. Okay, great. I need this many clicks to get a conversion, all the rest of it. Whereas it's not as cut and dry and black and white with paid social. There is a bit of dark arts.
Yeah.
It's like the algorithm, and it's like this sort of, you don't really know. No one really knows what it is. But
well, so if your cost per purchase is £50, yeah, that you're a furniture company. We've got one, and they haven't got huge budgets. It's £50 for an average order value, and you need 50 orders in 7 days to leave the learning phase. It's pretty simple maths that I can't do in my head. But it's 50 times 50 divided by 7 is what you need to have on your daily spend per ad. This isn't as an ad account. This is per ad for that ad to leave learning phase.
So it's £2.5 grand. £2.5 grand divided by 7. It's about 220.
220 a day on one ad.
On one ad set.
Most people think they've got 220 a day on their ad account, and that's their budget done. That's why 80% of people are in the learning phase. Because there actually aren't that many companies who will go, well, there are. Like someone like Emma's Diary is lucky because they've got big budgets anyway, but their CPA, because they're trying to get a registration, is £1.70. So you don't need to spend very much to get your 50 conversions. They do it in a day.
Well, we'll be starting Rupert's ads soon.
Yeah, and it'll be the same sort of thing. We've seen worst case. What was it? Worst case when we
18, 20 quid, something like that.
Yeah, so then it's half the amount, £100 a day, and we can leave the learning phase.
I'm praying that works.
But those ads were rubbish, though. They weren't even ads. They were a good starting point. But
Brilliant.
I mean, the consumer doesn't have a clue what we're doing through those ads.
But you know what I said the other week around, is paid social accessible to everybody?
Yeah.
It's not anymore, is it?
You can still run an ad at £10 a day. There might be loads of people on the internet and on YouTube who are all these. You can still get something from £10 a day, but you're just not going to leave the learning phase.
But then are you going to get any results?
Yeah, so that client,
who
does hypnotherapy. She started on £10 a day. She's now spending £120 a day.
Is she still in learning phase?
Some of her ads have left it, but she turns them up to get out of learning phase. Actually, no, she probably will be in learning phase still, actually, because her cost per acquisition is about £30 now, and she's not spending that much on an ad. So she's still in learning phase, still conservative amounts, and she's doing £5,000. She's making £3,000 off every 2 she's spending, like making profit. And you're a small business in the learning phase, started off at £10 a day. But she was doing the normal thing of, well, not normal thing is you've got a static. And it's interesting, actually, because she's got a static, and I can say, right, the static's not really working, your click-through rates aren't there. So you know it's getting engagement, because it's like, okay, someone's seen this, have they stopped in it, are they engaging with it, and are they clicking through? And you can sort of get your sort of engagement rate off that. It wasn't, so I said, well, look, just do something a bit more engaging and get someone, these people, you're trying to get these people to buy into you, get them to know your personality and do a bit of an ad that way. changed the game. She went up to like, I don't know, 1.9% click-through rate, and then she got orders off the back of it. But it's up and down. You know, one week it's £50 an AOV, and the next week it's £30 and things like that.
But she's looking at a lot of data though. She's not looking at the small daily or hourly. She's looking at over a quite a length of time, isn't she?
More. She does go in it daily.
No, but what I'm saying is she's not making decisions because of an hour.
No,
which is what a lot of people fall foul of.
Yeah, but it has made me think, like with Rupert and the ads clinic, which obviously we're starting to put a lot more emphasis in now, and Michael here did some great edits for the ads clinic. But it is like, now we're in the game of, we tell everyone, and it's not the fact you don't know what you're doing, it's just, I now understand when we're saying, oh, you need to do this, and how many iterations you need, 20, blah, blah. The time constraints that we say to a client, especially a small client, it's like, oh Christ, I've got to go make like 10 videos.
Yeah, no, it's huge.
Yeah. And when suddenly we're on the receiving end, it's like, oh, I've got to go make 10 videos.
Well, that's what's nice about this is, you know, we are, you know, even like this on a Monday night that we do, I like to tell people to go and do stuff like this because it works. You know, we were saying just before this before we started recording, which is Stephen Knight. He mentioned to me last week that he loves listening to Rory Sutherland, who is a ledge, and us.
Yeah, Rory Sutherland, Alchemy, great book. Need to read that again.
Very good. So, you know, and you know, we tell our clients to...
Even my mate Carl, who you know, who's got zero, he couldn't be further away from the advertising marketing industry. He's listening to all of Rory Sutherland's podcasts and audiobooks. It's very good. He just finds it really interesting. Really interesting. It's like, the one that he came out with the other day was saying that, did you know that, and it makes complete sense, that pint glasses with the label on the side of, you know, Moretti, Birra Moretti, they are designed with the inclination that you're going to take them away from the pub and put it into your own cupboard because it's branding within the household.
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know. No.
So I had 4 from that pub when we went away. So.
Thankful.
What pub?
That pub we went to when we went up to Derbyshire.
Matlock.
Yeah, I had those.
Did you?
I got my collection. I got 5. And what I
she hasn't got a house now.
No.
Yeah,
no, I didn't steal them from her house. I stole them from the pub.
Okay.
But what I want to do, for me, it's weird because I actually want a pint glass for all the different types of beer I drink. So when I'm at home and I go, oh, Birra Moretti, I want to be able to pour it into Birra Moretti, like you're in the pub.
Okay.
And you're having the actual one. So I use my Boddington's one from a Guinness, which doesn't have the same.
No, nice.
But yeah, so whether he's Rory Sutherland's factual on that, but I love the things he says. It's like trains. So we spend an absolute fortune on these trains trying to make them better, to extend the journey from Leamington Spa to Marylebone by 4 minutes, or give us really good Wi-Fi. And we don't mind the extra 4 minutes.
No.
We wouldn't mind the extra 20 minutes because we can work rather than being on it now with rubbish Wi-Fi and we can't work. So it's just the thinking about, actually, how do we make our service better rather than spending billions trying to make it slightly quicker. We don't mind the 4 minutes. We just want to be able to do what we want to do on the train. If we're watching TikTok, not have a loading every 5 minutes. If we're trying to do work, actually be able to do some work.
Or reduce the train costs.
Well, I don't think it's even that.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but there's plenty of people who, you know, the companies are paying for it for their business trips, but you can't work on a train. You can only do it off your own drive. When
I go down to Marylebone, I know there's. To be fair, I give it its due. It's not that. Last time I went down, the last 2 times, it's not been too bad. If I go to Leeds on the train, pointless. I can't. I get past Birmingham, and it's just.
It is ridiculous.
I can't do any work.
It is ridiculous. And a shout out to Stephen Knight, actually, because I was online the other day. Online. I was on the Facebook or the Instagram, and I saw the travel company that he's involved with.
UTC?
Yeah. In collabs with Nero.
They've got a few going. Yeah.
So I was like, oh. And I saw it. I saw the the abbreviation of the travel company, and I was like, oh, I think I know that.
Yeah, no, they've got some really good things coming.
Yeah.
UTC.
So that's really good.
Yeah. Really good. Well, another good podcast. We're in a different setting today because I forgot my key, and Marsha in the office hasn't got her spare key for where we keep our audio, and I wasn't willing to do it on the roads because the audio is rubbish.
Yeah. But
we're going to leave the podcast there. Now, if you head over to our YouTube channel, this is where you'll see us discussing what adverts we've seen this week. Which, Michael, I did see you've done the edit for last week, which I've watched. Yeah. So no sniffing. So Nick,
I don't have any.
Nick,
I've not even been on.
No, I was going to say thank you for coming.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sign off. Yeah. Nick, thanks for coming on today.
Yeah, thank you very much. I enjoyed that podcast actually.
Yeah, good.
It was a nice, chilled, sensible, professional podcast to get us out of a busy day.
Yeah. Well, see you next week.
Yeah, thank you.